Look closely at the air above this pitch. That distortion is a shimmering heat haze, and it marks the extreme stakes of this 2026 World Cup qualifier, the hottest recorded match in tournament history. This is the stadium in Orlando, Florida. Playing 90 minutes in these conditions turns the venue into a physiological crucible, where the air itself works against the player's endurance. Stepping into this oven is the tournament favorite. The French national team operates like a methodical machine, an attacking force built on high-speed transitions and individual precision. Opposing them is Paraguay. As the underdog, their survival depends on a deep, hyper-resilient defensive structure, a human wall designed to absorb pressure without losing its shape. This creates a direct tactical conflict. One side must find a way through a defense that has no intention of moving, while every minute spent in this heat saps the explosive energy needed to find a gap. In conditions this harsh, victory is rarely achieved through fluid, open play. It requires the grim, calculated execution of a tactical siege. To break a defense packed tightly around the penalty box, France first had to stretch them vertically. Their first vector was to force the defenders to step away from their own goal. You can see Adrien Rabiot driving forward here. By repeatedly taking long-range shots into the crowd, he forces those deep defenders to step up and challenge him, pulling them out of their rigid, low-block positions. This diagram shows France's second vector, perimeter pressure. With Paraguay's red defensive dots clustered in the center, Ousmane Dembélé uses the wings to ping the ball into the crowded penalty area from the side. Notice the trajectory. Dembélé sends a high, looping ball toward the back post, a specific angle designed to bypass the central cluster of defenders and find a target in the space behind them. Then France shifts the tempo. By using quickly taken corners, they catch the defense while it's still shifting, preventing the Paraguayan wall from locking back into its organized shape. The cumulative goal of these varied attacks is to force the defensive structure to constantly react. Eventually, the physical demand of chasing the ball in extreme heat leads to a breakdown in coordination. Despite the volume of attacks, Paraguay's response was a masterclass in defensive resilience, anchored almost entirely by their goalkeeper. He spent the afternoon making soaring, desperate leaps, tipping shot after shot safely over the crossbar to maintain a flawless defensive stand. But the true test of this siege is the point-blank follow-up. When the ball drops into a crowded box, defenders must react instantly to bodies moving in every direction. Paraguay survived multiple sequences of massive double saves, turning away elite strikers at point-blank range. For over an hour, they remained completely impenetrable. However, as the siege continues, the split-second coordination required to stay clean begins to fray. A fatigued defender's reaction time slows, and a foot that was once precise reaches out a fraction of a second too late. That single lapse creates immediate chaos. A French player goes down, the fans erupt in appeals, and the referee awards the penalty kick that would decide the match. A successful siege doesn't require a moment of brilliance. It relies on generating enough sustained pressure to force the defense into one fatal physical error. The penalty kick represents the final stage of the siege, a battle of mental endurance between a heroically exhausted defense and a cold, patient offense. Stepping up to deliver the final blow is Kylian Mbappé. The energy of the match, previously defined by frantic blocks and lunging saves, suddenly settles into a state of terrifying calm. Mbappé simply rolls the ball into the back of the net. There is no frantic dive from the keeper this time, just the quiet result of a plan executed to perfection. The goal breaks the deadlock, and with it, the resistance. The final whistle blows on a 1-0 victory, marking the end of the road for a valiant Paraguay. This performance redefines what makes France a championship team. Their true power isn't just their individual talent, but a suffocating, inescapable patience. They survived the crucible because they understood that in knockout football, victory often comes not through a moment of magic, but through the systematic inevitability of the siege.